My name is Alex. I used to be an engineer until the day the world ended. It happened too fast. Thousands of nuclear warheads launched across the globe in just a few hours. Cities turned to dust. London, Moscow, New York. Does it even matter who fired first? The war lasted a single day, but the consequences, they'll last forever. 3 months have passed. I haven't seen the sun once. 150 million tons of smoke and soot rose into the stratosphere. Now London is trapped in endless twilight, and a winter that never ends. Minus 20 degrees Celsius on a good day. They used to call it nuclear winter. We didn't believe it. Now we live in it. Every new day is a fight for survival. I've taken shelter in the basement of a half-collapsed building near West Ham. It's the only thing standing between me and the wind and the radioactive ash that falls like snow. The days are cold. The nights are colder. Without fire, you die. I burn furniture, books, whatever I can find to keep warm. To boil snow for water. Grey snow, ash-coated. I built a crude filter, charcoal and sand. It doesn't make it clean, just drinkable. Metallic, bitter, but I've gotten used to it. And the hunger, it never goes away. The stores were emptied in the first days. Now, nothing's left but shattered windows and empty shelves. Once in a while I find a can, half buried, dented, forgotten, but even those are running out. I've seen grown men fight over a tin of beans. Desperation does that. It strips people down to the bone, makes them cruel. They say 5 billion people could die of starvation in the next 2 years. Sometimes I meet survivors. Most keep their distance, paranoid, armed, silent. Once near Westminster Station I found a group yelling at each other, blaming America, Russia, Biden, Putin. I stood there and thought, does it matter anymore? There are 2 kinds of people left. Those who argue and those who survive. I chose the second. Then, just when I was ready to give up, I met her. An old woman, no anger, no shouting. She was handing out seeds, vegetables, herbs, whatever she had saved. She said we could grow food, even down here, underground. And in her eyes, I saw something I hadn't seen in months. Hope. And I remembered who I was, an engineer, a problem solver, even when the world says it's impossible. We scavenged batteries, LEDs, plastic sheets. We built tiny greenhouses, right in the tunnels of the London Underground. I worked non-stop. For the first time since the bombs fell, I felt alive. Then, it happened. One small green sprout, under a salvage light, broke through the soil. We stared at it like it was a miracle, and maybe it was. Weeks later, I fixed an old radio, crackling static. Then a voice. Canada. They're building underground farms. So is New Zealand. There's still life. There's still resistance. Humanity hasn't given up. I remember the research. Nuclear winter could last for years, maybe a decade. But I believe in science, in what we once were, and what we might still become. A few days ago, I saw something I thought I'd never see again. A ray of sunlight, just a sliver. It cut through the ash. It was weak, but it was real. And in that moment, I believed again. That we might rebuild. That we might feel warmth. That we might survive. We can't undo the past. Too many mistakes. Too many dead. But maybe we can save what's left. I'm still here. I haven't given up. I'm an engineer again. A human being again. In my hands I hold a sprout, a symbol of life in the middle of nuclear winter. I water it gently, and I think, if it can survive, maybe we can too.